Welcome to the Shreveport Connection with Tommy. This video is on your Raw results and your WWE main event results as well. Happy birthdays for this week of February 18th. Episode of Raw. Tommy Dreamer, born on the 13th. He was born 1971. Viscera on that's February 13th. Valentine's Day. Viscera, 1972. February 15th birthday, Travis Banks, 1987. Rich Swann, 1991. 16th birthdays, Gangrel, 1969. Heck, I'm 1 year older than he is. And February 17th birthday, Jimmy Jacobs, 1984. No birthdays for the 18th. WWE Raw Women's Champion Ronda Rousey was dressed like a Mortal Kombat character, and you can see it in this link. Sonya Blade at the Elimination Chamber from Sunday night. Rousey will be voicing the character in the upcoming Mortal Kombat 11 video game. Rousey went on to defeat Ruby Riott in a short match, and you could check her out. There'll be 2 links for you. Lio Rush was the cause of Bobby Lashley's Intercontinental title loss at the Elimination Chamber. It is his fault because he is the one who took the pinfall, and then Lashley dropped him. Mike Johnson noted on PW Insider Elite Audio that Lio Rush actually has a fair amount of heat backstage. It isn't certain that this was the cause of the Elimination Chamber defeat, but it wouldn't be surprising if that was the case. It appears as if Lio Rush is done with Bobby Lashley. I can tell you behind the scenes that there were not a lot of people surprised at that, and not a lot of people surprised that Lio took the pin. There are times Lio has a reputation for rubbing people, including other workers, the wrong way. Whether that was being held against him, and that was part of the reason for him losing, or whether it was just a decision to protect Lashley and shift the belt to Finn Balor. I guess we'll have to see based on how Lio is presented in the weeks and months to come. It seems Lio Rush's mouth, his most famous asset, might have gotten the best of him backstage. We will have to wait and see if he finds his way onto Raw. It might be a packed show with 4 top NXT superstars slated to appear as well. Stay tuned for your results. Major League Baseball's New York Mets will host a WWE Day at Citi Field on Saturday, April 6th during WrestleMania 35 week. The Mets will play the Washington Nationals that afternoon, just a few hours before the WWE Hall of Fame ceremony. The online offer at a link later will guarantee fans a Todd Frazier WWE Day bobblehead, meet and greet autograph opportunities with the superstars. I think I can go ahead and post it here. I might as well go ahead and post it twice. A photo op with the WWE title and a field level ticket. And here are the details with the Mets. New York Mets to have a WWE Day at Citi Field during WrestleMania 35. WrestleMania week, batter up for WrestleMania 35. New York Mets will host the WWE Day at Citi Field on April 6th during WrestleMania week. WWE Universe members purchasing tickets through the exclusive online offer through that link take advantage of a full day of amazing WWE related experiences prior to the 1:10 p.m. Mets versus Nationals game. Fans who purchase through that limited time offer will receive meet and greet autograph opportunities with WWE superstars, photo opportunity with an official WWE title, a guaranteed Todd Frazier bobblehead doll, field level ticket, meet and greet, and title opportunity event again at this link. In the Bullpen Plaza at 11:30 a.m. and concludes at 12:30 p.m. Participating WWE superstars will be announced in the weeks before the game and are subject to change, just like any wrestling event. Days after announcing that he was on a hiatus from WWE, Dolph Ziggler worked the Royal Rumble match. However, he is still enjoying his time away from WWE while apparently keeping up appearances. Dolph Ziggler did a live Instagram story and plenty of fans asked him about when he will be returning to the ring. He tried to avoid it, but eventually answered whether he had a match tonight. I might have a match on Tinder or Bubble tonight, but not in the ring. He then no-sold someone saying that they missed seeing him in the ring plenty of times after that. Dolph Ziggler did appreciate the fact that someone said that he is awesome at wrestling and admitted this his greatest rival was Kofi Kingston during their Best of 7 series back in the day. Also, he wanted to make sure that everyone knows that his favorite band is not lit. DZ has a full calendar of comedy shows lined up all over the country as he is working on taking the show to the United Kingdom as well. If you use, and I give that the credit to Ringside News for that post there for you. Impact Wrestling Hall of Famer Chris Parks, formerly known as Abyss, officially started to work as a WWE producer last week, according to PW Insider. Parks worked tonight's Raw from the Cajun Dome in Lafayette, Louisiana. As Abyss has been working behind the scenes with Impact when he left the company in January, starting with the company in 2002. Abyss left Impact as the longest tenured performer in history of the promotion. Also noted, the WWE recently hired several veteran talents to work behind the scenes as producers for the company. Parks, WWE Hall of Famer Jeff Jarrett, Sean DeVary, Sanjay Dutt, and Shane Helms. There have been talk in late January that Parks may end up working behind the scenes with NXT and WWE Performance Center in Orlando, or possibly the NXT UK brand, as Shane Helms tweeted the photo of him and Parks together at this link. Cody Rhodes has an office job with AEW, and he is also a performer since All Elite Wrestling's next show isn't until May 25th. Cody has had plenty of time to heal after his recent knee surgery, so that's why he had the surgery. He seems to be doing much better already. Along with a picture of his dog Pharaoh, Rhodes provided fans with an update to let them know how his progress is going 2 days following surgery. 2 days out from scope, weight bearing, swelling still pretty prominent, but going down. It doesn't look all that bad right now. Then there are just 2 small holes in Cody's knee where the doctors had to go in and do their thing. 2019 is a pretty crazy time to live with all of the medical advancements. Thankfully, this injury won't keep Cody out of action nearly as long as the same problem would years ago. I did not get the link for that, or a picture itself, but I did see it. It's gruesome. WWE reportedly had big storyline plans for the Young Bucks to invade the promotion during their recent contract talks. It was noted by Dave Meltzer on the latest edition of Wrestling Observer Radio that WWE had a full storyline pitch to the Bucks with their contract offers that were made before the brothers decided on signing with All Elite Wrestling. Very similar to your NWO storyline. The storyline would have seen the Bucks lead an invasion angle for WrestleMania 35 season, presumably involving the Bucks, Cody Rhodes, Kenny Omega, and Hangman Page. Meltzer did not confirm that those other talents would have been involved with the invasion, just that this invasion angle was pitched to the Young Bucks. PJ Black might be better known to WWE fans as Justin Gabriel. The South African left WWE in 2015 and spent some time in Impact Wrestling and Lucha Underground. But he is now signed with Ring of Honor. But he did reveal to Chris Van Velt at this link he almost went back to WWE. Black ended up turning down WWE's deal to return. NXT was not the deal breaker, but Ring of Honor was able to offer him a better financial and flexible situation. Right before Ring of Honor, I actually got an offer from NXT. They wanted me to go back there. There were a couple of offers, too, from TNA and stuff. And I chose Ring of Honor because they gave me freedom, and it's great, and it's a great deal financially. It's only 12 months too. 12-month contract. After that, it becomes like a 30-day notice deal. I have a feeling it's going to be like 2 or 3 years, but let's see what happens. PJ Black's new Ring of Honor deal is only for a year, but he is allowed to work for Lucha Underground should that show come back for another season. After all, Lucha Underground is currently holding a number of their stars hostage under contract with no additional seasons within sight. That is why there is currently a lawsuit in motion to remedy that situation. Rikishi is the proud father of Jimmy and Jey Uso, who is very happy to see his friends win their 6th WWE Tag Team Championship at the Elimination Chamber. But in the process of congratulating them, he might have let something slip. WWE Hall of Famer of the Usos sent out an Instagram message with a collage to celebrate his son's victory. At the same time, dropped a very big hint that they might be free agents soon enough. After all, the contracts are ending after WrestleMania. Hashtag and new 6 times at WWE Tag Team Champions at Jonathan Fatu and at Usi Juicy. That's Josh Fatu. Jimmy and Jay, that is. At the Samoan Dynasty, legacy continues. There's nothing else to prove. Twins, congratulations. Your hard work in the industry will and never be denied in the at WWE or anywhere else in wrestling. Hashtag Uso is money. Dollars. Hashtag too legit to pass up on. Also hashtag time's up. Hashtag soon to be free agents or not. At Rikishi's Sons. Hashtag Samoa. You go out there day in and day out. You grind and you bust your butt. And as soon as you slip one time, you got the world against you. You know? It's hard to go out like that with the mindset thinking everyone's out there against you. Until you go out there and you show them what you're really made of. Jonathan Fatu. This was a pretty great message from Rikishi. The hashtag soon to be free agent part is what has us really wondering what is going on. Uso's WWE contract expired in April, and WWE doesn't want to lose him. So that's why they gave him the titles. So you never know what can happen next, because they could be relocated to the Uso Penitentiary. They could be relocated to Uso Penitentiary. And Raw starts off with Triple H stepping into the ring. The game asks if we feel the energy of WrestleMania in the air. He runs down what happened at the Elimination Chamber, as I did not get any results for WWE main event, including discussing Becky Lynch's attack on Ronda Rousey. He says corporately he may say if he does that again, she will be going to jail. However, it was pretty dang cool. And you can see it in this link here. Speaking of which, it was announced earlier today that D-Generation X will be inducted into Hall of Fame. Which is him, Shawn Michaels, X-Pac, Road Dogg, Billy Gunn, and Chyna. He says, if that was exciting, just wait. Because he is also in charge of NXT. And tonight we will see the debut of several NXT superstars, including Ricochet, Aleister Black, Johnny Gargano, and Tommaso Ciampa. Unfortunately, the fans in the arena seemingly could not care less about NXT. He says the NXT motto is the future is now. And tonight we will get a glimpse of that. However, right now there's about to be chaos. Because we're getting a tables match between Baron Corbin and Braun Strowman. Commercial break, tables match, Braun Strowman versus Baron Corbin. The bell rings and Braun runs across the ring to grab Baron, but his ribs is hurt. Braun clotheslines him over the top rope to the floor, then follows afterwards. Strowman tosses Corbin into the barricade, then pulls the table from under the ring. Corbin attacks Braun, slides the tables back under the ring. Corbin targets ribs of Strowman, slamming him into barricade repeatedly. Finally, Braun reverses him and goes back to get the table. Strowman gets the table into the ring, but Corbin kicks him as he tries to enter himself. Corbin beats on Strowman and even rips his shirt off to target the kinesio tape as Baron kicks the table back out of the ring, then goes outside himself to continue to beat down on Braun. Corbin then brings the monster to the ramp and tries to suplex him, but Braun turns around and suplexes Corbin. Yes, the constipated one, Triple C, constipated constable Corbin. Braun gets to his feet and throws Strowman onto the stage, then into the LED wall. Strowman clears the top of the announce table, lifts Corbin for a running power slam, but Baron slides down and shoves Braun into the table gut first. Strowman falls off the stage, and both men are down as we head to a commercial break. Back from the break, Corbin is attacking Braun in the corner. The table is set up in the opposite corner, and Baron tries to throw Braun in, but the monster stops and dead in his tracks and clubs Corbin back down. Braun lifts Corbin for a running power slam, but Corbin slides off. Corbin leaves the ring, runs around the corner, runs back to attack Braun. During another commercial, Corbin attacked Braun with a chair. Corbin leaves the ring and grabs a kendo stick, which he uses the stick to beat the ribs on Strowman. Corbin climbs onto the apron and attempts to dive off onto Braun, but the monster uses the steps to spot him out of midair. Braun hits Corbin a few times with the steps before slamming him into the barricade. They get back to the ring, and Corbin attempts to do the run around the ring and back in again. But this time, Braun caught him, hits a running power slam through the table in the corner. Winner of the match, Braun Strowman. As Strowman is leaving after his win, he meets Paul Heyman on the ramp. Braun grabs Brock's advocate by the throat until Heyman begs him to let go. He eventually does let go and leaves. Heyman walks into the middle of the stage, starts to talk, but he's acting like his throat is sore. He needs a minute. It's time for a break. Later tonight, Ruby Riott gets another shot at Raw Women's Championship, and DIY reunite to take on the Revival. Commercial break. Back live, Paul Heyman is in on the horn. He says he isn't surprised by Braun Strowman because everyone is jealous of Brock Lesnar. He says he is here at his own expense to show us the history of the reigning, defending, undisputed, lying heavyweight champion. Paul Heyman, because he is not defending the main event of WrestleMania, Brock Lesnar. We're treated to a hype video for Brock Lesnar, although apparently it was only part one. Back with Heyman again, and he says there's nothing Seth Rollins could do about Lesnar's dominance. Heyman asks if the fans think that Rollins can win the Universal Championship, but the crowd tonight is painfully dead. Before Heyman can say much more, however, out comes the new Intercontinental Champion, Finn Balor. Commercial break. Back from the break, we see still images of Finn winning the IC title from Lashley and Rush last night. Live in the arena again, Heyman is gone. Finn says it's been a while since he's held a title, but boy does it feel good. He rhymes off a few of his heroes to little cheers from the fans and says it's always been a dream to hold this title. Balor is interrupted by Lio Rush, who comes out looking sullen. Rush says Finn doesn't deserve to be the Intercontinental Champion. Bobby Lashley does. Lashley then attacks Finn from behind. Distraction. The Almighty beats Finn around the ring, and Rush joins him for the attack. Lashley scoop slams Balor, then Rush hits a frog splash. Balor receives some nice help from Ricochet. The one and only runs down, kicks Lashley. Then leaps off the apron onto Rush with a moonsault. Ricochet then hits a springboard drop kick to Lashley as they sends him from the ring. We're getting a tag team action when we come back from commercial. Finn Balor and Ricochet versus Bobby Lashley and Lio Rush. Rush and Ricochet start the match and lock up. Rush tries to take Ricochet down with a hurricanrana, but the NXT man lands on his feet. The trade reverses until Ricochet hurricanranas Rush and follows up with a dropkick. Rush lays in the corner and tags Lashley. Ricochet takes a headlock on Bobby, but gets lifted and slammed with ease. Lashley then takes a wrist of Ricochet and rings it, while shouting out at Rush to watch how it's done. Ricochet fires back with a kick from the corner, followed by a forward roll into a drop kick. Lashley rolls to the outside, and Ricochet fakes a dive to the outside before posing in the middle of the ring. Lashley gets back inside the ring and tags in Rush, who has to face off against Balor. The champion does tag in and forces Rush to the corner. Rush ducks Finn and then tags in Lashley. The Almighty floors Finn with a right hand before slamming him into the turnbuckles and hitting a suplex for a 2 count. Lashley takes a hold of a headlock while Ricochet tries to rally the crowd behind Finn. Lashley plants Finn as he tries to escape before tagging Rush in. Balor runs through a sunset flip to drop Rush in the face. He grabs Rush by the leg and won't allow him to tag Lashley. Balor tosses him to the corner and stops him down. Finn whips Leo from the corner to the other corner and follows up with a knife edge chop. Balor hits a sling blade followed by a corner drop kick. Finn goes to climb the ropes, but Lashley distracts him, allowing Rush to attack his leg. Finn falls to the floor, and Lashley throws him into the barricade. Lashley is a legal man again and gets Finn into the ring for a 2 count. Lashley takes a headlock in the center of the ring. Finn tries to fight back, but Lashley hits a big scoop slam for another 2 count. Commercial break. Back from the commercial, and Lashley has Finn in a headlock again. Balor tries to tag Lashley, but Lashley whips him to the corner. Rush the tag back in. Finn in the face before taunting him. Balor gets angry and hits a reverse DDT and nearly makes a tag to Ricochet, but Rush stopped him. Lashley comes back in and looks to hit Finn with a powerbomb, but Balor escapes and hits a double stomp to Lashley. Nothing like a little trash talk to get you in the spirit. Ricochet is finally tagged in, and he takes out Lashley and Rush, the latter of whom is now legal. Ricochet connects with a springboard dropkick as well as a tope over the ropes to the outside. Ricochet runs around to avoid Lashley and flips over the barricade, allowing Finn to dropkick Lashley. Ricochet then hits a springboard European uppercut to Rush, followed by a 630 for the win. We see Triple H backstage, and he's approached by Drew McIntyre. The Scotsman says he can't help but notice Triple H rolling out the red carpet for the NXT stars. But he wants to prove himself. He asks for a match against Seth Rollins. But Dean Ambrose then walks up and says he isn't doing anything tonight and slaps Drew before walking off. Like he's back as a Shield member. Triple H asks if McIntyre still wants Seth or if he prefers Ambrose. He angrily says Ambrose and walks off. Till the comes segment, Rousey versus Riot rematch. We see a replay of last week's Raw when Vince suspended Becky Lynch 2 days ago when Lynch invaded a house show in Alexandria, and finally last night when Lynch attacked Ronda and Charlotte with the crutches. Lucha House Party versus Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder. We start off with Kurt Hawkins and Grand Metalik. Hawkins does a springboard elbow from Metalik and knocks him down with a forearm. Ryder tags in and hit double Russian leg sweeps for a 2 count. Ryder hits Metalik in the corner, then drop kicks Lynch Dorado off the apron. Metalik then makes a tag to Dorado, who then hurricanranas Ryder to the floor. Dorado gets Ryder back in the ring and applies a rear chin lock. Metalik then tags back in and then hits a stereo chops and kicks. The Luchas make use of quick tags, but Ryder connects with a double neck breaker to them before tagging Hawkins. The man with the unfortunate streak knocks Metalik off the apron and drop kicks Dorado several times. He backsides Dorado in for a near fall, then rolls him up for the same thing. Hawkins hits him with a nuclear driver for a 2 count. Ryder runs in, nails a clothesline on Metallic to the floor. Then Dorado drops him out of the ring. Hawkins ready for his finisher, but Metallic gets on the apron for a distraction. Hawkins is caught with the Hurricane pin from Dorado. That'll do it. After commercial break, after the match, the Revival face off against former NXT Tag Team Champions DIY. That's Ciampa and Gargano. Charlie Caruso brings Heavy Machinery onto the stage and asks what we can expect from them. Tucker Knight says they like getting a sweat on and eating a plate of red meat. She asks who they have their sights on, and Knight says anyone. They have each other's backs. Otis literally echoes Tucker. Lacey Evans walks out, just like last night, changes his mind and walks to the back. Basically, just to walk past Heavy Machinery. And they just watch her, and then they head to the back. And go back to commercial. We see Gargano and Ciampa backstage, holding their NXT titles. Bobby Roode and Chad Gable approach them and congratulate them. However, they say they are respectfully confused why they aren't in the match tonight. Gargano says they've been running the hottest wrestling brand on the planet for 2 years. That's why. The Revival approached both and saw that they are the best team on the planet. And they've beaten both teams before. The Revival make their way to the ring with the NXT champion and North American champion coming out next, second. It's so disappointing how dead the crowd is tonight because they're killing these NXT debuts tonight. But they are cheering for the action in the ring. The Revival versus Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. We start things off with Dash Wilder and Johnny Gargano. They lock up and Wilder takes Johnny down with a wrist lock, but Gargano escapes and applies a front face lock. Gargano makes a tag to Ciampa, who hits a snapmare with a headlock. Wilder forces Ciampa to the ropes and chops him down. But Ciampa fires back with a chop of his own and tags Gargano. Wilder scoops Gargano up but slams him into the turnbuckles before tagging Scott in. Gargano is whipped into the corner where he and Dawson trade chops. Gargano is floored with a shoulder tackle, but then sends Dawson from the ring with a Hurricanrana, followed by an insecurity that knocks Wilder out as well. Gargano hits a suicide dive to Wilder. Ciampa hits Dawson. Gargano super kicks him. Then Ciampa whips him into the steel steps. Ciampa sits on the ring apron, pats himself on the back. And we head to a commercial break. After the commercial, we return to the Revival in firm control over Gargano. He reverses a double team move by Wilder and Dawson, taking them both down with a kick and a DDT. Gargano makes a tag, and Ciampa floors Dawson with kicks and German suplexes. Ciampa hits a running knee to Dawson for a near fall. Ciampa looks for another German suplex, but this time Dawson makes a tag to Wilder, and they hit double teams. European uppercut, Tiger suplex, pin attempt. That Ciampa kicked out of. Dawson tags in, but Ciampa chops the crap out of him. Wilder comes back in, and they look for the Shadow Machine, but Ciampa countered into a near pin attempt. Ciampa hit a hip toss on Wilder into the turnbuckles, then Gargano tagged in with a snap DDT to Wilder. Dawson pulled Ciampa from the apron and shoved him into the barricade. He slides into the ring. Gargano kicked him right back out. Gargano looked for the spear through the ropes, but Wilder kneed him. Revival hit an electric chair bulldog combo, but Ciampa broke the pin attempt. The crowd literally silent now. Dawson and Gargano, the two legal men, and the only two in the ring. Gargano hit the insecurity to Dawson, followed by the spear through the ropes and the running knee super kick for the win. Then we see Ricochet and Balor backstage. Charlie Caruso asks how they're feeling. Balor says winning this title last night was awesome, but tonight is all about Ricochet. Balor leaves and Ricochet says, "You dream about nights like tonight, and it never goes how you imagine." He's proof of it working. He says we have not seen the last of him, and he will prove why he's the one and only. Commercial break. Sasha and Bayley, the women's tag team champions, make their way out to the ring for a promo. Bayley thanks the fans for middling middling the "You Deserve It" chant. She says last night was very emotional, and says she can't believe that they're here as the first ever tag team champions. Sasha says it's crazy to think how far they've come from NXT and all the history they've made. Bayley says they've done everything together, felt everything, every emotion possible. Sasha says it's because they have the same visions and goals. They were born to do this. Bayley says they talk about it every single day. It took them going to war with each other to realize that they are better together. They plan on taking over and being champions for a long time. Sasha says they put their heart and soul on the line to make the division a thing, and they plan on facing any team that wants to face them, past, present, or future. Bayley says there is no connection stronger than the Boss and Hug connection. They start to pose, but out comes Nia Jax and Tamina. I can't imagine doing this with anybody else but you. At Sasha Banks, WWE. It's an emotional night for the first ever women's hashtag tag team champions. Nia asks him to stop. She mocks him. The fans booing her. And says nobody wants to hear them pat themselves on their back for several minutes. Jack says they're cute and all, but she doesn't get it. She says Sasha only cares about herself, and she'll lose her title on the first defense. As history has proven, Tamina says that they got lucky last night, but that luck is about to run out. Nia and Tamina run at them, but Bayley and Sasha dive through the ropes and drop kick them both. Nia tries to slide back in again, but Sasha grabs her in the back statement. Tamina drives Nia out and they turn tail and run. Get a video of DX's introduction into the Hall of Fame. Video package. Dean Ambrose versus Drew McIntyre. McIntyre is fired up, but it's Ambrose who runs at him and attacks as the bell rings. Drew floors him with a Glasgow kiss. Then unloads some ground and pound. Drew chops the chest of Ambrose. Talks trash. Ambrose suckers Drew over the top rope. Then does a suicide dive. Ambrose tosses him back into the ring. Connects with a neck breaker. Then he goes up top and dives, but McIntyre dodges him. And McIntyre connects with 2 Claymore kicks to finish Dean off. The second part of Brock Lesnar's Rush Reflexive, narrated by Paul Heyman, was up next. Brock Lesnar is going to have to put WWE Rollins down, as Paul Heyman gives the predictions for the hashtag Universal Championship match at WrestleMania on Raw. We see Seth Rollins backstage, finally, and Caruso asks him if he has any regrets about choosing Brock Lesnar. Rollins says you can say a lot about Paul Heyman, but he's not a liar. But Heyman has it wrong. He isn't walking into Mania with a death wish. He says WrestleMania marks the end of Brock Lesnar's reign of terror, regardless if he walks out on his own 2 feet or if he's carried out. He promises to leave with the title. Suddenly, Dean Ambrose is beside Rollins. Seth asks what he wants, and Dean asks where he was out there, as though he should have his back. Seth asks, "Have you completely lost your mind?" Ambrose starts wild-eyed. It's in the distance for a moment before shrugging and walking off. Commercial break. Ladies and gentlemen, Elias. Elias is in the ring with his guitar, and he's not happy. Elias says, "We're always excited about the new NXT superstars, but he's still here." So he requests the crowd shut their mouths, silence the phones, but then he's interrupted. Aleister Black shows everyone how an interruption is done. Aleister Black makes his way to the ring to no reaction from the awful crowd. Black says if silence is what Elias seeks, then he can help, because tonight he will fade to black. The bell rings and they lock up. Elias chops Black and tries to toss him through the ropes, but the Dutchman bounces right off. He then throws Elias out, fakes a dive to land in the middle of the ring, and sits cross-legged, Indian style. Very similar to former Indian character Tatanka. We're back live, and Elias has control. Elias beats Black down in the corner with stomps momentarily. Corey Graves talks up the striking ability of Black, trained by UFC legend Boss Rutten. Elias scores a 2 count with a back elbow. Elias applies a headlock, but Black quickly fights to his feet. Black tries to roll off of him, but Elias holds on to Black's hair and goes right back to the headlock. Again, Black fights up, and this time he creates some distance using strikes. Black floors Elias with a running forearm, then hits a sliding knee, followed by a springboard moonsault for a near fall. Black connects with a back elbow and goes up top, but Elias catches him with a leaping knee for a near fall. Elias lifts Black up by the beard and looks for a clothesline, but Black ducks and hits the Black Mass for the win. Black sits in the ring cross-legged again after his debut win on Monday Night Raw. Impressive appearance on Raw debut for Aleister Black, who walks away with the win. After the break, Ruby Riott gets a second shot at Rousey. Commercial break. Next week's Raw will be a birthday celebration for Ric Flair was advertised. Riott Squad are already in the ring. Out comes the champion, and she means business. Rousey versus Ruby Riott with Sarah Logan and Liv Morgan in her corner. Riott runs at Rousey as the bell rings, and she gets hit with 2 judo throws and rolls from the ring to regroup. Riott comes back in. Ronda forces her to the corner and unloads with some sloppy punches. Riott fires back with a modified SCO and tries to keep Ronda grounded. Ruby uses a monkey flip to Ronda, but then Ronda also catches her with a triangle. Ruby rolls from the ringside again. Commercial break. Back live, and Riott has the champion grounded in a super weird submission. Legit, just holding her arm. Ronda fires back by tossing Ruby over her and out of the ring. Rousey gets Riott back inside, but the challenger connects with a gnarly spear for a 2 count. Ruby applies a headlock as the crowd chants, "We want Becky." That's the loudest the fans have been all night, and it was still tame. Ronda escapes the headlock, punches Ruby before flipping her repeatedly by the arm. Ronda with an elbow in the corner looks for a second, but Ruby hits the SCO into the turnbuckles. Ruby connects with a cannonball senton for a near fall. Ruby lifts Ronda and looks for a Riott kick, but Ronda dodges it. Ruby then caught her with a headbutt and then landed the Riott kick, but Ronda kicked out. Ruby began to tease Ronda and talked trash. She kneed the champion in the face and looks for another spear, but Ronda reversed into a gut-wrench suplex. Rousey climbed the ropes, but Logan and Morgan jumped to distract her. Ruby then pulled Ronda off the ropes and hits the Riott kick, but Ronda kicked out again. Ruby rolls Ronda over the corner and climbs the ropes. She looks for another cannonball senton, but Ronda avoided it and grabs her for an armbar. Logan and Morgan drag Ruby out of the ring. Ronda climbs to the top rope and leaps off with a crossbody that just about connected to all 3 ladies. Ronda then gets Ruby back inside the ring, catapults her into the corner before catching her with a beautiful armbar, and Ruby taps. As soon as the bell rings, Logan and Morgan storm the ring, but Ronda scoops up Morgan, kicks Logan away, hits spinning Samoa drop. Riott Squad turn tail and run as Ronda is left standing in the ring. And still, Raw Women's Champion, Ronda Rousey. And I still got a few minutes. Let me see if I can pull it up online. Alright. I need to find it. And here we go. WWE take the following matches from Monday Night in Lafayette for this week's main event episode. Thanks to at Teals and Ryan Aber for the following. As Reza defeated No Way Jose, Tyler Breeze and the B team defeated Jinder Mahal and the Singh Brothers. And that concludes my results for this week. Raw and WWE main event for this week.